Here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Soup Bowl. I am your host, Renee Murdoch. Thank you so much for listening in, tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing, and doing life with me. I am so happy to be doing life with you as well. This is another opportunity where things might get messy. Well, let's not say might. They will get messy, right? When we are talking about leading our own lives, things do get messy, right? And there's so much that goes on with us throughout our journey. We don't know what we're going to get into daily, right? We're hopeful that our day will be well. We might not have so great moments, but at the end of the day, it shall be a great day if we command our day and expect the best. I was just singing a song that I have not heard since I was a child. And I was like, where is this song coming from? It was just ringing up in my soul, right? And it is by Tremaine Hawkins, and I'm looking for a miracle. I am expecting the impossible. And I think that's just exactly, I like literally was not saying that like out loud to myself, but apparently it was in my soul. And so I just started singing that. I was like, yes, I am looking for a miracle and I am expecting the impossible, right? Because with man, right, things are impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Okay? All right. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So if we wake up daily and we're expecting goodness, right? We're expecting great things to take place. They're going to take place. There might be moments that may be challenging, but it's going to be a good day. Let me say, because it's a new day, right? New day, new opportunities present themselves. If we linger on the things that are not so well, on the things that were of the past, we miss what is ahead. We miss what is the now. We miss those opportunities because we are dwelling on things that are out of our control. Needless to say. Well, okay. Well, everyone, this is going to be our last episode before we go on a break, right? And that break will be for 30 days, and then we'll gear back up again. But this is my time of solitude that I like to use to recharge, reset, reassess some things, right, for, what's to come and what's to come ahead, to make sure that I am in the right mind frame, the mindset, as I go back into the things of, the next year that comes upon us, into this new season that's upon us. And so I want to make sure that I'm right with you all. I'm right with myself, most importantly, and I'm good for those, my family and my community. So you have to take the time to reset and recharge, right? I know y'all not going nowhere, right? If you just want to hear my voice and everything, hit replay. Hit replay. I know there's some episodes you probably have not listened to, but just go back to them, right? It might just tickle your soul, right? In that. So I do think it's important that we all just kind of reset some things and reassess our lives and where we are at and where we are going, where you want to go. What are the things that you need to start doing? What are the things that you need to stop doing? What are those things that you need to let go, right? And those things that you might need to hold on to that other people might be telling you to let go. We need that time. So if you have not already decided to put that time aside, I encourage you to do so before you really just get rolling and going right in the year 2025, that you really just kind of take a step back and look at some things in your life. And I guarantee you, there are some things you'll be like, oh, hold up a second. I didn't know that was going on, or that's happening in that way, or I've been giving this much attention there, or I have not been given enough attention over here, where you want to reassess your life. We must do it to be good stewards in this world. We must do it to be well in our souls, to be emotionally well, right? Spiritually well, and physically well. Let me tell you, what is going on with us emotionally, right, is also affecting us, right, in our physical bodies. What is going on with us emotionally, right, internally, is affecting us in our physical bodies, right? The pain, the aches, even some of these elements, right? The things of, diabetes and high cholesterol, joint pains and things of that nature is really, think about what you're doing. Think about what you're not doing. Think about what you need to be doing. Look at the things that you're eating. Look at the things that you're drinking, and just come on, reassess, recharge, right, and realign yourself to do the things that's necessary. I would like to live a long and prosperous life, right? And while I'm living that long and prosperous life, I want to ensure that I am well and that I am not putting a burden on anyone in my family because of decisions that I have made. I want to ensure that in this lifespan that I enjoy it well, and I'm physically and mentally capable, right, of continuing on, until the day that I leave this earth. So I want to make sure that I'm doing the things that's necessary to make sure that it's all good, it's all well, right? So there's one thing, well, there's a lot of things that's always on my mind, right? So if you know me, I got a lot of stuff going up in here in my mind sometimes, just, musing over certain things. And hold that thought one second. This is one thing that you definitely should be doing is drinking water. Drinking more water, helping yourself stay hydrated, flushing your system out. You need water. Get you some water. Drink water all day long, right? If you got to get you a thing like this and be like, hey, if I drink at least 2 of these, I've met a goal, right? It's not 1 of these. That's not enough water for the day. You need more. Okay, I'm on my second one. It could be 3 today. I don't know, but you should get you some water. All right. I was thirsty. Okay. So there's always a lot of things I'm using over thinking about right in that. And a lot of times if you follow me on social media where I'm like posting things or whatever, to kind of recharge us and like, yes, yes, I'm ready for the day. I can do this. I got this, I am more than a conqueror. I'm valuable, right? I got what it takes to get this done, right? You're for me. You're not, and I'm going to boot you out the way. Okay, but anyway. So just be. So one thing that we need to think about as we're going into, right, another portion of this journey in our life, this new season, right? Things are shifting, things are changing, things are happening fast, right? Our heads are spinning, like what's happening, what's going on, what do I need to be doing, where do I need to be at? Is this going to take place? Is this not going to take place? Am I going to lose this? Am I going to lose that? Calm down, people. Calm your soul down. May you have shalom in this hour, knowing that you were, again, I've said this before, created for this time and this season. You can withstand whatever it is that's coming our way, right? If you keep the level head, right? If you keep your things and your thoughts on the things that are lovely and the things that are pure, those things that are righteous. All right, so do know that as you're going through this time in this journey, the uncertainty will definitely be there. But you must know who you are in this time. If you do not know who you are, you will lose yourself. You will begin to stray away from truth, right? And you will be having itching ears, right, to hear what is pleasing to your flesh, what is pleasing, right, to your own design and your own will. If you are going to get to your divine destiny, right, in the divine makeup of who you are and the creativity, right, of your makeup, you are going to have to go through some uncommon places. You are going to have some uncommon conversations. You are going to have to, right, come into uncommon relationships that you never thought that would happen. Not the relationships that drain you, not the relationships that continue to take from you, not the relationships that discount who you are, disregard who you are, talk about you, manipulate you, try to control you, not those relationships, right? But the relationships that truly understand the gifts that are inside of you, the value that you will bring to the team and to the organization. Those are the relationships, the ones that are cheering you on, the ones that will have your back, the ones that will tell you about yourself. Oh, you getting a little snooty up here. Calm it down, sis. Calm it down, bruh. You know, the ones that be like, oh, you're doing too much over there. Sit down, sit down. The ones that be like, hey, go get it, you got it, go ahead, I'm with you, I'm in your corner, right? I got your towel, I'll wipe the sweat from your brow. Hey, every now and then I just come with a little rhyme. I don't know, it just come off the cuff, you know? But anyway, you gotta have these people right in your corner, right? These uncommon places. You're so used to, right, dysfunctional relationships that when the right one comes along, you don't really know how to spot it. And you disregard it. In this season that you're coming upon, you are going to have to come into uncommon places, uncharted territories. We hear it all the time. When you look at people that are of success, what you deem to be success, right? Other people might not, but you know, people that you're seeing, right, on TV, or just people that you're hearing speaking well, like, oh, you know, they're just happy, they're in their place, they're in their groove. You know, they're in their destiny, and you're like, oh, when it's going to be for me, when I'm going to get there. Again, shalom, my sister. Shalom, my bruh. So you will, right, when you are willing to go into uncharted territories, when you are willing to go into uncommon places and have uncommon relationships. There's one thing that I remember writing down, right? Those uncommon places, right, that you will go into is going to be, of course, uncomfortable because they're uncommon, right? You have to be willing to venture outside of your comfort zone. You're only comfortable talking to this age group. You're only comfortable talking to this ethnicity. You're only comfortable going to this side of town into these stores. You're only comfortable when you're in a setting, right, with people that make as much money as you do, as you believe. You're only comfortable, right, like you gotta get outside of your comfort zone. You don't know if you want to talk to somebody that smells bad, whatever. You don't know where that conversation could lead you. I don't know. You know, I'm just saying, right? If you're only talking to people of your ethnicity group, right? How are you growing and expanding yourself? That is not divine destiny. I just know that it's not, because that is not the makeup in which the world at which we live in. If we were only meant for people that look just like us, then we would just only be among people that just look like us. We wouldn't even know of these other people. We might have heard, you know, something or whatever, but we wouldn't even see them. We wouldn't even commune with them, right? We wouldn't even know whether, like, there would be no interaction. So this is how I know that is not our divine will and purpose in life, for us to be just in our own natural setting of the people that kind of resembles us, right? We need to come out of uncommon places. We need to be willing to listen, at times to maybe some things that we were not open to before. When you look at children, school-age children, right, that are, still in school, right, and you're not, right, and I'm talking about like elementary, you're just sitting there looking at them. Sometimes you have to listen to what they're saying because they can school us on some things at times. We have to be willing to take in information, right, from any entity, right, and we can, what they say, eat the meat. Remember, I'm not good to that. Eat the meat and throw away the bone. Ooh, I hope I got that right, because Murdoch is not around to tell me if I did or not. but just thinking about that, right? That we have to be willing to watch and to listen, right? And if we're only going into spaces that seems familiar, right, to us, only in spaces of things of people that look like us and talk like us, or or what we're comfortable with, then we have really lost our way. You are not going to get into your divine and purpose and your divine will if you're only entertaining what seems comfortable. If you're only willing to do what is comfortable. Bring me a person, send me a news article clip, send me an interview where one person that has found their calling and their destiny and they're so awesome about it and they're going through this life journey and they're sharing it with us all the way, that said that they was comfortable at every knick, knack, and turn. No, they were not. They did some things that were uncomfortable. They even might have even looked foolish at one point in time. And I'm a 100% put something down on that, money, whatever case may be, that each and every person looked foolish at some given point. And you know why? Because they were doing something that the people that they were around, the commoners, I'm just going to say the commoners because they're common people that you were comfortable with, did not agree or understand. And so they thought you were foolish. They thought you was crazy. They thought you was, talking out the side of your neck. And they did not understand what you were seeing, what you were sensing, what you were experiencing. And so there you go. Right? So you're going to have to get uncomfortable in this season to get to the divine will for your life. You're asking the question, when is it going to happen for me? When is it going to be my turn? When is it going to come to pass? I've been seeking, I've been searching, I've been working, I've been praying, I've been crying, I've been fasting, I've been sowing, I've been doing turns and flips, I've been putting myself in spaces, I've been taking classes, I've been networking. When is it going to happen for me? That is a question that a lot of us are having. When will it be my turn? And you're sitting and you're waiting. And it's like the question lies right there in bright blinking lights. Are you willing to get uncomfortable? Are you willing to go to uncommon places? Uncommon places will challenge your theology. It will challenge your thinking. It will challenge your values. It will challenge your beliefs. But if you know who you are and you know the truth, and that is your foundation, all it's doing is preparing you for the next. When is your turn? You tell me when is your turn. When are you able to get uncomfortable? When are you able to launch out there? Right? When are you able to jump off the cliff? When are you really ready to go to, the networking opportunities of people that do not look like you or sound like you? When are you being able to go to places where you feel as though you don't qualify, but you do? You tell me. Huh? You tell me. Because I'm thinking, even for myself, being in a place that's, comfortable, being in a place that you're comfortable, even in my work, just the flexibility, that's there, especially in this work environment that we're in. And I had to ask myself, okay, Renee, do you want to stay here and coast it out? Although that's not my personality, and it would be very difficult and challenging for me to do that. Do you want to go and be stretched? Do you want to go and be challenged? You know that you have something to offer and there's something for you to learn to all at the same time, but you're willing to give up what is comfortable? I think sometimes when we're willing to make that sacrifice, right, and we're really willing to go outside of our comfort zone, that we are honored for that, yes, right? And so it will bring us back to another place where you're like, oh man, I didn't have to leave where I was, but the fact that I was willing to do, right, willing to be tested, willing to, turn over what I believe, was my promise, right? So I'm just going to, bring this up. Some of us may or may not know, right, the story of Abraham, right, and his son Isaac, and how, he bared Isaac at such a rich age, right? So use the term old, but such a rich age, right? Where you're thinking like, there's just no way that you're having a baby at this age, right? And then here it is that the Lord is asking him to go, right, and give a sacrifice. And he was like, what? Like, this is my promise, right? You promised, right, that I would have this son, and this son would do A, B, C, D, and all for the world and all Israel. And now you want me to kill it? You want me to kill my son? Right? And so he has to trust the Lord in this, right? So there's a history behind Abram, all the great things that the Lord has done for him up until this point. So all Abram has is history with the Lord, with his father, of how he has been faithful to him throughout this whole time, throughout this whole period, right? Up until this point. You want me to give up something that I love so dearly. You want me to give up something that you've given unto me. You want me to give up this great promise? Like, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? What? So he takes him up the mountain. Of course, the son is like, hey, I've seen Daddy do this all the time, but I don't see a sacrifice. I don't see a sheep or goat or anything. I don't see anything. It's just me and my dad. And the servants. Where's the sacrifice? And Abram tells his son, hey, the Lord will provide. The Lord will provide. And so, he builds the altar, right? He puts his son on the altar. I can imagine, right, Isaac at this time, a little boy, scared, right, crying, probably even calling out. I don't think he was like, okay, Daddy, go ahead. Ooh, this is fun. You go ahead and do it. I think by this point, because I even believe that Isaac probably wasn't even helping his daddy, right, build this altar. He was helping him build this altar. And then you put me on this altar, right? You tied me, right, to this altar. I've seen this done before. I see what happens to the animals, right? I know what this looks like. I see the pain and the suffering that comes from being sacrificed. But here it is. You're putting me here, and I don't want to do this. I am crying. So I can imagine Isaac is crying at this point, tears running down his face, begging his father to don't do this, begging him, why would you do this to me? Why would you kill me? Am I not good enough? Did I not do my chores? Am I not worthy enough? Why would you want to kill me? Why didn't you go take someone else, but why me? Why me? And so I feel like, and in that moment, right, here comes Abraham ready to kill his son. And then the Lord's like, oh, Abraham, hold up. Don't do it. Now I know that you are my son, my friend, you are who you say that you are. I see your heart. You're willing to do the hard thing. And I see this in so many different parallels, right? The part of Abraham where the Lord, right, Abraham's willing to do the hard thing. Although he doesn't want to do it, he's pretty sad doing it. I can imagine he was probably praying as they were climbing up that hill internally to the Lord. Like, why do I have to do this? Couldn't you have did this another way? And so, like I said before, right, we're asking questions. When is it my turn? And then the question is being asked us, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to let go of that you may get to your destiny and your purpose? Not for my own sake, but for others' sakes, right? Because we're not in this world just to make our name great, right? Or to, whatever, to be great at whatever the case may be. No, I'm in here for other people. I'm in here to be a witness. I'm in here, oh God, to be a light to others. When it's dark around them, I can shine the light into dark places. And then on the other hand, like I said, in parallel, I see the Isaac part of this, where we're like crying out and asking, am I not good enough? Did I not do enough? What more do I need to do? Why would you? I've done A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And you still want to kill me? Could you have chosen someone else? I've done this. I've been there. When you woke me up, I woke up, I can see it from that perspective of how we tend to view our seasons and our journeys of why it hasn't happened yet. And you're crying out, why me? And the answer, why not you? So I think there was a segment before about how pain is necessary for your journey and for your growth, as well as faith. Regardless of what you believe or don't believe, you have faith in something. Me sitting in this chair, I have faith that this chair is going to hold me up. I didn't test the legs out. I didn't make sure they were screwed in before I sat down. I knew this chair was going to hold me up. So you're putting your faith somewhere into something, right? And so why not put your faith into knowing that I need to come out of my comfort zone to get to my next destiny? I need to untrain my thinking and my theology in some areas to be able to grow into spaces and places that I've not seen, have not been, but I need to get there. See, it's like almost, building, this beautiful home or whatever, and you put someone in it and they trash it to pieces because they don't understand the value of what that home is or what it took to build that home. And so if we go into places before we are ready to understand the value, we will do more harm than good. So that's why maybe, right, you haven't made it to that next place that you desire to be. But I can guarantee you one thing. If you come out of the uncommon places and get uncomfortable, you will begin to see more and you will begin to grow more. So I encourage you, as you go into this new season and this new journey in your life, to come out of those areas. And it's going to be like, what? Look at that. It's just going to be awesome. It's going to be great. And sometimes, it takes a little bit of pushing and uncomfortability and, a little pain to get us to where we need to go. But it's all for good purposes and good reasons. So, my friend, I speak the shalom of the Lord over you on today. And as you go into this next season of your life, may you find rest and assurance in the truth of who you are and knowing that your destiny and the divine will for your life is right there ahead of you. And you have to do some work as well to get there. So don't worry. Don't be overly concerned, right? But rest in this season, right? Take some time out, whether it's a week or a month, but take some time out to recharge, to reset and reassess where you need to be and align yourself in just that place. All right, until next time, do know that leading is teachable. I love you and peace. Look at my soul. He just came right on in here, right? He heard me speaking. He came right. He always trying to get some shine.